Hello everyone, welcome back to SciAM's YouTube channel. So continuing the module 6 of the statistics, we'll discuss the third important topic, that is chi-square distribution. So what is chi-square distribution? Suppose if the probability density function is f of chi-square is equals to 1 by 2 to the power v by 2 into root over of v by 2 into chi-square of v by 2 minus 1 into e to the power of minus chi-square by 2, where chi-square is greater than 0, less than infinity, and v is degree of freedom. So this follows a chi-square distribution. Mean is given by v and variance is given by 2 into degree of freedom. What are the uses of the chi-square test? Under chi-square test, we have two things to test, that is goodness of fit and independence of attributes. So chi-square test of goodness of fit, the formula goes like this: chi-square is equals to summation of I equals to 1 to n and observed frequency minus expected frequencies whole square divided by expected frequency. OI is observed frequency and EI is expected frequency. What are the conditions of the validity for the chi-square test? So in the chi-square test, there are three important properties or major points, that is, the n in the sample must be greater than equals to 50 or larger. What is n? We'll read in the next few minutes. And OI, that is the observed frequency, should be greater than equals to 10. If it's less than 10, then it is combined with the neighboring frequencies so that the combined frequency is greater than equals to 10. And number of class n must neither be too small nor too large. So it should be between 4 to 16. After having known the formula, let's solve an example to know how to solve the questions. So it has been given that the table gives the number of aircraft accidents that occur during the various days of the week. Test whether the accidents are uniformly distributed over the week. In goodness of fit, always we have been given question related to a week only. So you have been given from Monday to Saturday the number of accidents. Total comes out to be 90. So here goes the solution. We have assumed the H naught, that is null hypothesis, to be, that is, the accidents occur uniformly over the week and total number of accidents is 90. If it occurs uniformly over the week, that is for the 6 days, then the expected frequency would be 90 by 6, that is 15. Observed frequencies has already been given and expected frequency is 15, which we have calculated. So chi-square has been calculated from the formula, that is OI minus EI whole square summation divided by EI. So it comes out to be 2. And summation of EI is equals to summation of OI, where V is equals to 6 minus 1, that is 5. Now from the chi-square table, at 5% of level of significance and degree of freedom 5, we calculated the chi-square value from the table, which comes out to be 11.07. And since the chi-square value which we had calculated is less than the chi-square value of the table, H naught is accepted and H1 is rejected. Therefore, the conclusion is that the accidents may be regarded to occur uniformly over the week. As an exercise, you can try this question on goodness of fit. That is, theory predicts that the proportion of beans in 4 groups ABCD should be 9:3:3:1. In an experiment among 1600 beans, the number in the 4 groups were 882, 313, 287 and 118. So does the experiment support the theory? So these are observed frequencies and expected frequency would be calculated using the ratios and the total of these, that is 1600. So you can calculate and apply the formula just as the previous example. Moving on to the further topic, that is the independence of attributes under the chi-square test. What does it do? It compares two attributes which may be different from one another, completely different. So chi-square, for the formula for this is chi-square is equals to summation of I equals to 1 till m, j is equals to 1 till n, O of ij minus E of ij whole square divided by E of ij, where E of ij is equals to OI star into O star j divided by capital N. In the previous page in the property, we have studied about n, that n is implemented over here. What is OI star? It is the total of the observed frequency in the ith row, and O star j is total of observed frequency in the jth column. Now, what is degree of freedom? It is m minus 1 into n minus 1. If the chi-square is less than the chi-square from the table value, h0 would be accepted, else h0 would be rejected. So let's solve an example. So in this, the following data are collected on the two characters. The literates are 83 who are smokers also, and the literates who are non-smokers are 57 in number, whereas the illiterates who are smokers are 45 and non-smokers are 68. So based on this, can you say that there is no relation between smoking and literacy? The question may seem to be very confusing, but it's very easy to solve. What we do is, the null hypothesis is assumed that the literacy and the smoking habit are independent. These are not dependent on each other. So in the table which had been given, we calculate the total of the literates, illiterates, smokers and non-smokers, and total of people also. So the observed frequencies have been given: 83, 57, 45 and 68. Expected frequency is 128 by 253. Using the formula of the summation in the ith row jth column, we have calculated 128 into 140 divided by total, that is 253. It would be 70.83. Similarly, we have done for the other three characters, and we have rounded off, and then using the formula we have calculated the chi-square value, which came out to be 9.22. And degree of freedom was m minus 1 into n minus 1, that is 2 minus 1 into 2 minus 1, that is 1. So from the table, we have calculated the chi-square value at 5% of level of significance with degree of freedom as 1. We got it as 3.84, and the value which we have calculated was 9.22. So since the calculated value is greater than the table value, h0 is rejected. So there is some relation between the smoking and literacy. That is, they are not independent. As an exercise, you can solve the similar type of question. It has been given that in a survey of radio listeners' preference for two types of music under various age groups have been given, is preferred for type of music affected with the age. Preference is affected with the age. So is there any relation between the preference and the age? So there are three types of music: Carnatic music, film music and indifferent. And age group has been given, three types of age groups. Similarly, you can do it just like you have solved in this, and comparing it with the table value. If it's greater, then h0 is rejected, else h0 is accepted. Thank you for watching this video.